Here we have Ethereum versus the dollar, and Ethereum did initiate, similar to Bitcoin, that drive of hidden bearish divergence that we were looking at yesterday for Bitcoin. Obviously, most of these things kind of trade together. So short term, with that in mind, keeping in mind that we do have a continuation signal for lower overall with that hidden bearish divergence and very low volatility over here. Short term on like a 4-hour, could we potentially see a bounce before that? Yes, definitely possible, as we do see extremes being built over here on the 4-hour BBWP. It's not there just yet, so I want to see this get below the moving average before I do look for a corrective move, and at that point there will be potential for multiple drives of bullish divergence come off the last few lows here. That will not be confirmed until you do get at minimum a 4-hour closure above about 2770 or so. At that point, I would be looking for a corrective bounce somewhere just around somewhere between 28 to 2900. Until then, I do still think that there is risk lower overall. I will be wrong on that, and this will be one major massive trap with big targets to the upside overall. If you do see daily closures, especially above like 2900, I don't think that's very likely to happen, but always have to provide an invalidation. On the other side, I do think things are generally more likely to see back down towards their prior range lows from March of this year and January of this year, which would put Ethereum somewhere around, maybe as low as 23 to 2500 or so before the next sort of generalized bounce. I think that the general hopium for something like this is this, where you do this and you maybe have a short-term bounce and then come down to these lows, put in maybe a slightly higher low, and then work its way sideways, kind of similar to Bitcoin's hopium. Do I think that's the most likely thing to happen here based off these statistics that we were looking at earlier? No, but that's what I'd be looking for if it is going to end up being long-term macro bullish, which, super macro, like very, very long-term. Yeah, I would be bullish on this, to be fair, but let's just go reference other momentum, stochastic momentum over here. Daily stochastic momentum will turn down with any sort of a closure today below 2743. So right now you're actually trading about $1.50 below that, but not super concerning. 5 days nosediving, which just closed last night below 3150. Weekly is freshly crossing down, dear fucking lord, below 3130, 4.5. And what about the 2-day? The 2-day is also coming up, but honestly has terrible results. 12 hours also fresh crossing down below 2773. So, what does that likely align with? Well, in this case, short term might put in another short term bounce if that criteria that we laid out earlier is met. But any bounce that basically fails to get back above 2900, I do look at that as extremely likely to see continuation to the next weekly targets over the coming few weeks, somewhere down around 25 to maybe even as low as 23 or so, and look for a base there would be kind of my hopium for this one. Other than that, I think we'll leave it right there, and hopefully that was helpful for Ethereum.